I think it's important to build your community first and to test your idea out there.
Hey guys, I'm AJ.
I'm Renee.
And welcome to the TFA Talk Show. Today we have a mom of two. Her name is Viviane. She's born and bred in France. Her mom is from Hong Kong and dad Chinese Indonesian. She studied business and arrived in Singapore in 2006. She learns entrepreneur in education and opens several French bilingual schools in Asia since 2012. Recently, she has launched Dragon Whiz Private Limited in 2019. Welcome, Viviane.
Hi guys, thank you for having me. So yeah, I launched Dragon Whiz last year. So I've been in the education business in the region since 2012. Arrived in Singapore in 2006, how my kids and everything. And what inspired me to launch the school was actually seeing my kids grow up here, being French in an English environment. So that's how we started those French and English schools in Singapore first, then in Ho Chi Minh and Bangkok. And actually my kids have always been a source of inspiration to me. They keep playing their tablets and mobile games, you know. They were kind of addicted to those games that looked very insignificant, but very interesting to them, very fun, very engaging, but that didn't teach them anything. So to me, I was a bit frustrated that all this great tech, these great tools of mobile games and tablets that are really, really engaging and fun for the kids are not always used properly to teach something interesting. So because I'm in the education field, I was thinking, how can I really merge these two things using this technical, using this tech aspect, this engaging and fun technology to help them learn something, to help them practice a skill better. So I was watching them play, you know, the Slither games, the snake game, and I was thinking, why can't I do a game that would use this very, very simple dynamic, very simple gameplay that's been launched for years, that has been out for years already, but to teach them something. And the simple thing to teach, and that is universal, that everyone needs, is to have some basic calculation skills, to know some basic mental math, right? You need to know your additions, your timetables. You need to practice this in order to master those timetables. This is something all children need to do. So I was thinking, how can I use this gameplay just to create something that can help them practice that math?
Is it worth building an app, or can I just start with using a website?
Maybe your app idea isn't really an app idea. Maybe it's just a website idea, and that's fine too. Because what do you really want to achieve with your app? Is it something to produce content, to give content on, I don't know, anything? It can be yoga, math, digital marketing, anything. But do you really need an app? Can't you do it with a website first, a newsletter, an Instagram account? So I think it's important to build your community first and to test your idea out there. So you can test it orally, asking your friends and family, and then launch it very quickly already on the internet. So creating a website can be done in a few hours, right? Anyone can do it with weeks, and you can already start building something. And my game was created first for internet. So this game that you can download now in the App Store and Google Play was first only accessible on the internet with a browser. So you could only type Dragon Whiz and play immediately on the website. Of course, it didn't have all the features that it has now, because now you can download, you can change the dragons, you can change the characters. You have a lot of new features that you didn't have on the website. But at least with a website, I could test the idea and see whether it's worth going and investing to create the app.
If I want to first create this app, right? If I want to first create my app, my own app, so is there any place that I can go, like for example, like a website?
The first thing after you have this idea is to make sure that it doesn't exist already somewhere and that it will be worth doing, right? So market research, brand research are important. So one easy and fast way to do it is to go online to this website called appannie.com. And over there, you have access to a lot of market studies in different fields, different types of apps, different types of markets, population, region, etc. So you really need to understand the differences before you start.
Now that we already have a mind to create an app, so how to monetize an app, and can you make money out of it?
You can, but there are so many apps out there that are free. So how can yours stand out and make money? Actually, if your app is free, it's possible that only one part of your app is free, and then some features you need to pay. So that's what we call in-app purchases. So in-app purchases can be some features in your app that have more content, or more things to do, things to discover, that you would pay. But you need to get a feel, and for your customers, so they need to be able to try first the basic features before they would engage and pay for the more advanced features, right? But having said that, not everyone will download, and not everyone, once download, would be willing to pay something for additional features, because maybe the simple features would be enough for them. So why even $1, $2? It's very, very little money, $1, $2. But do I really need to pay this to access this content, this type of features? It's maybe not worth it. So in-app purchases will only give you a fraction of your monetization. So another part of it, it's the ads. So just running ads within your app. So it can be free, and then, so my game is like this: it's free, but then you would get some ads running. So these ads, because they run and people will watch it, then it will monetize for you. So sometimes people would rather have ads running in their app rather than pay even $1 or $2. What they don't know is that behind, if you are a big user, what we call big whales, we call them whales. Some users are using the app or the game so much that actually what they produce and what they pay you in ads time would be even much higher than what it would have cost them to just buy the free to buy to buy the ads free app. A lot of apps or games have ads running, but if you want to remove the ads, you would need to pay a fee. So sometimes $2, $3, $4, $5 to have it for free. But you can play as long as you want and have the apps. You can play as long as you want and have the ads running. But if you're tired of seeing all those ads, you just need to pay $3, $4, or $5. So that's ads remover option that is quite common in all the games and apps. So this is another way. Right. And finally, you can have a freemium model. So the freemium model is for people who have apps that can offer a lot of content, that you can update a lot of content regularly. So I don't know, maybe yoga, you can have maybe yoga or something like that. You can have up to X hours of free content. But if you want to access more content every month, you can pay, I don't know, a few dollars every month, and you will have access to more features, to more classes, to different things. But for me, it is a game, I can't have a constant delivery of new information or new content or new lessons, because it's just a game, right? So I can't have this premium I can't have this premium subscription system.
So Viviane, can you just share with us the process of developing an app?
So I think you need to start beforehand. You cannot just start advertising for your app or your mobile game or whatever once it's finished. It's too late already, because once you launch, it costs money to you, to be featured in the app store. So you rather gain customers before you even are featured on a given app store. That's why launching a website before, or building your community before is super important, because this is the community that you can transfer to your app model later on. And because it takes such a long time between the time you have the idea and the time your app is actually in the app store and can be downloadable, you don't want to waste this time and not searching for customers or not searching for your community and fan during this whole time, right?
Yeah.
They can be your early adopters, your early fans, because they followed you when you just had a piece of paper and PowerPoint, or you just had a mock-up website or mock-up apps that they can even help you design. You can ask them to please help you build better. So you can ask them since the launch of the idea to test and give you feedback about your game, your app, etc. So there will be beta testers all the way. So because it may take up to 1 year, so they will be already following your adventure for a year before the app is finally there. So when the app is already there, of course they would want to download it because they have followed you already for 1 year, right?
Yeah.
They have already consumed your content or played your game or used your features already. Even if they were very, very basic on a very, very basic website, it was already maybe helpful for them because it helped them do better designs, it helped them do better recording, do better skills, whatever you're proposing, it will already have helped them. So by the time your app is there, finished, polished, they will want to download it. So these are the early adopters, and you need to build this community before you launch it.
So right now, right, if I already have an app, I'm ready to launch my app. So how can I make sure to have more downloads for my app?
And so once you have launched, you can use the community, the social media. So this is more digital marketing strategy that you can use. And then you can use the App Store optimization. But this is also costly. You can also advertise and set up a budget for that to be ranked within the App Store, because the App Store is so full of millions and millions of free apps. The App Store would feature you only if they have downloads already, if there are many downloads, or if the ratings are good. So that's why it's very important to have your community of followers before you launch, because once you launch, it's very important to have good ratings, good reviews on the App Store. Otherwise, your app, your game, whatever, will be pushed down, and nobody will find by just browsing on a yoga app, games for kids. It will never appear, right? So what I use also, because it's a small budget, so I use this technique of building a community first, and then also press works in some countries very well. So because I'm French, I'm using press coverage over there, which is quite big for this kind of game. So this helps a lot to gain followers too.
I feel that we learned a lot. We didn't know that there's so many steps in terms of
Yeah.
developing an app, Okay, so before we actually let you off, Vivian, is there any way that our listeners and viewers can connect with you?
Sure. So we have a Facebook page at dragon.whiz, and also an Instagram account. So same at dragon.whiz. And you can reach me at Viviane, Viviane at dragonwiz.com.
Thank you so much, Vivian. We wish Dragon Whiz all the best, and we hope to see you again soon.